Good morning and welcome to the Ripon FFA Alumni Country Breakfast. We are on location at the 2021 Annual Country Breakfast, sponsored by the Ripon FFA Alumni. I'm so glad you're here with us. I'm Jolene Schatzinger. I am a City Council member for the City of Ripon. I'm also an FFA member of the Ripon FFA Alumni, and I am honored to be able to welcome you to show you around today as we're at the Page Family Farm. Annually, we are at a different farm in the community. In fact, across Wisconsin, we celebrate June Dairy Month. So first of all, happy June Dairy Month. There are many communities, counties that will have a breakfast on the farm, a Sunday on the farm, a dairy breakfast. Here in Ripon, we call it the Country Breakfast. So what do you say? I'd love to show you around. Let's go take a look. And I want to introduce you to some of the folks that are here today. Who knows who we'll meet? But I tell you, this is an event that whether you're young, whether you're old, or somewhere in between, there is something for everyone. We have a hearty meal for you. It's a great location. The family has welcomed us to their farm, and that's one of the hallmarks of this event each year. So you get to learn a little bit about the agricultural industry here and have a little fun. So what do you say? Come along. I think we're gonna have a very good time. Check out the line we have today. This is incredible to see. Usually we will get hundreds of folks that come here, and we are so grateful of all the support. In fact, I should mention that the proceeds from our country breakfast do support our local FFA agriculture education program and student scholarships. So not only is it a fun time, good food, you're also supporting something great. Come on over. Here we have some FFA alumni members who are taking the tickets. You can see again what families enjoying here at breakfast. And I also spot a very incredible, we are honored to have Olsen Dairyland here with us at the Country Breakfast. Now, Julia Nunes, I'm so honored to have you here. Now, you represent Wisconsin's agricultural industry, traveling throughout the state, correct?
That is correct. I represent all of Wisconsin agriculture, from the dairy industry to cranberries, ginseng, mink, anything and everything Wisconsin agriculture I get to explore and then share with everyone the importance of our agriculture community here in Wisconsin.
That's fantastic. And in fact, you mentioned some of those industry, cranberries, ginseng, because in fact, Wisconsin is one of the top producers in those areas, correct?
That is correct. Wisconsin is the dairy state, but we also do a lot of other things, and I love to share that with people because not everyone realizes just how diverse our agriculture here is in Wisconsin. But I'm happy to be here today to celebrate June Dairy Month. I love coming to the breakfast on the farms and seeing people out celebrating June Dairy Month, and it's one of Wisconsin's major industries, so I love when people come out to celebrate.
It's incredible. And for me, coming out to this every year and seeing the families, the individuals that come out here learn about the agricultural industry, you're right, that the agricultural industry is paramount to Wisconsin, isn't it? And there are so many careers and jobs connected to this, and it's exciting for me to see the next generation come into the variety of career areas, right?
That's right, and not many people get the opportunity to visit the farm, be out on the farm, see the animals. So just having that experience and having people come out, have a day on the farm, meet some of the farmers that work so hard every day, it's just an amazing experience. And especially right now, after the year we've had, people are just so excited to get out and do something in their community, and I love seeing everyone participate in events like this.
That's awesome. Now, I should mention, you are the 73rd Olsen Dairyland, going on the 74th, is that correct?
That is correct. So I became Alice in July of 2020, and I'm getting an additional year because of COVID, so I'll be Alice until the end of June next year. So you might see me at events like this next year too.
Well, we're honored to have you here. And if there's any young girls listening, you too could apply to be Alice in Dairyland one year. It's an incredible opportunity. We're honored to have you here. And maybe just one personal question. What got you interested in Wisconsin's agricultural industry? Why is your heart wanting to promote and learn and get involved in this?
Yes, I grew up on a dairy farm in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. So dairy and agriculture has always been a huge, huge part of my life. So I love that I'm able to give back to the community that's given me so much as Alice in Dairyland. And if anyone wants to learn more about Alice in Dairyland, they can at aliceinDairyland.com, or in social media, just search Alice in Dairyland, and they'll be able to stay tuned with all of my adventures and learn right alongside with me.
Oh, that's awesome. I think you have a Facebook page that we can follow along with your adventures, right?
Yes, yes. I post a lot on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I post about things that I learned because I don't know everything about agriculture, and I love exploring and finding new things that I didn't know that we did here in Wisconsin Ag.
I love that you say that because this opportunity to come out to our country breakfast gives folks an opportunity to also learn about that. So thanks so much for being here with us. Enjoy your day. And we're going to go meet some more folks here at today's FFA Alumni Country Breakfast. Thanks, Julia.
Thank you.
All the best. Come along. So here you can see we're having folks move through the breakfast line. We have a lot of good foods, and in fact, we have a lot of donations from local businesses to allow us to have a hearty, wholesome country breakfast for you. So typically we wouldn't walk behind here by the food, but I want to give you a behind-the-scenes special look at our country breakfast. So come on in. You'll notice there are some folks that are wearing a shirt like me. That means that they are an FFA alumni member, but we also have a lot of volunteers. In fact, we also have, I see also our local government representative is also here. So it's a wide, diverse amount of people that help make this possible today. So come on over. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's sneak in here. So, hi ladies, we have the Ripon channel here with us today, and we're looking at, so what are you serving? Can you tell us?
Eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
No, we have eggs with all kinds of really good stuff inside.
I think there's ham and onions.
I see mushrooms and cheese. Wow. Thank you. And if you don't want meat, there's a non-meat option, right? No. Sometimes there is. Pancakes. Yes. Thank you. Come on over. Next we have oh, these look so good. Fluffy pancakes. Oh, that's fantastic. We have the Ripon channel here showing us what the food is, and so we're so glad that you're here this morning. Thank you. Our next, let's come along here. We have our, looks like we have a sausage patty here. Is that correct? That's what you're serving here? Fantastic. And we have our local congressman. Hello, Glenn Grothman.
Glad to be here.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you here. We have the Ripon channel here showing us around. We're giving a little tour. And can you, not to put you on the spot, but can you tell us why you feel it's important to be at our country breakfast, or why you think agriculture is, important to you, that you show up?
Agriculture is so important to the state. And what people have to realize, it's not just the farmer. I used to do taxes. And there are so many, the feed guys, the fertilizer guys, the custom guys. So many other people rather than the guy who owns the farm make a living off the farm. Not to mention, we need food. There are all sorts of other things we make in this state, and we could get along without it, but we need food.
Well, thanks so much, and thanks for what you do to also help support the agriculture industry in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Are there any big things we should know about coming up, or?
Well, we've got an agriculture bill that we'll have to pass sometime in the next couple of years. Hopefully we'll do a good job of helping the farmer. They've been through a tough time lately.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Great to have you here. And you are serving sausage patties, is that correct?
Right.
Fantastic. Thank you. Come on over. And next we have some fresh cheese curds. We have the Ripon channel here with us, and we're showing them our country breakfast. These look like they're squeaky cheese curds.
They do some squeaky.
Yeah, nice and fresh. Why don't you come along over here? I'm gonna go back here and let's see what more we have for food. We also have some fruit cups. We have applesauce, some preserves here. In fact, yeah, here's our breakfast syrup. And hi, thanks for being here, folks. We have the Ripon channel here filming what we have for breakfast. Here are some FFA alumni members. Thanks for being here.
Hello, how are you?
You're doing well. Can I put you on the spot and say, you've volunteered with the breakfast for many years in FFA.
Yes.
Can you say a little bit about why this is important to you, or anything about today's breakfast, or about you and your involvement in agriculture?
It's going to be a big breakfast, I think, today. I don't think there's too many breakfasts out there, so I think a lot of people are headed here. So bigger crowd than I expected.
Yeah.
So
Now tell me,
very happy about that.
why are you interested in agriculture in Wisconsin?
I think it's the foundation of our state and our economy. If agriculture is doing well, the rest of us are doing well too.
Ah, well said. Thank you so much.
All
Good
right.
to see you.
Get you later.
And he's busy serving coffee this morning, but you can see you can get some fresh hot coffee with the milk.
Correct.
Good to have you here. Now, I am talking to you are a farmer yourself.
Past farmer. My brothers still have an operation where they milk about 250 cows, but I work in agricultural business, nutritional services, so not quite on the farm, but still active and involved with agriculture.
Yeah, that's incredible. And, real quick, not to put you on the spot, but would you say that nutrition is something that all farmers, they have to take seriously because that means that their production, that depends on the nutrition of their animals?
Well, not only the production, but the health of that animal is very dependent upon the nutritional side. Also, the management that they do as far as the environment for that cattle that they provide too is involved in that as far as production goes.
You want to say a little shout out to where you work, or?
No, that's work with Landmark Services Cooperative, so that's where I work as a nutritionist. So
They're supportive of this breakfast. Thank you so much for being here. And
yep, glad to be here.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. So come on over.
Hi. Chocolate milk, white milk, or water in the far cooler. Okay.
Of course, it wouldn't be a June dairy breakfast without milk. And so here we have the options of chocolate milk, white milk, and in fact, here we have Kemp's. This is from Sassy Cow Creamery, local creamery here in Columbus, Wisconsin. And so that's always, of course, a hallmark to our dairy breakfast. Glad to have you here. Now, if you wanted to go over here, you can see how we actually make this amount of food for the day. Hi. Now they're just taking a fresh load of pancakes off here. And so as you can see, these are quite large contraptions to be able to make all the food for the hundreds, if not thousands of people we'll get at our country breakfast annually. And so here, have a look to see what they're doing here. What are you adding right now?
Just grease.
Yep, making sure. I can hear it sizzle. Wow, that is creative how you spread it on there. This would have been our 34th annual country breakfast. So you can imagine we have perfected this process over the years. Watch the pancakes being poured. Because again, we'll get many people that will come out to the breakfast. Oh, that looks fantastic. You look like you've done this before.
Well, a few times.
Now, real quick, can you tell us your name? And you're an FFA alumni member, are you not?
Yeah, I'm Ben Retzlaff.
Wow, look at that. Now, do you know how many pancakes are on here right now? Let's see, we have 6 by how many rows?
19.
By 19 rows, wow. So who's good at math? That's a lot of pancakes. That looks fantastic. Well, thanks so much. We'll let these heat up, and as you can see, they'll get ready to be served. And you can see all the boxes here. This is incredible. So in a little bit, I want to actually introduce you to our Ripon FFA alumni president. But let's take a little break here, and let's go. I'm going to go find our president. And again, hopefully this makes you hungry. Hopefully it makes you also come out to a future country breakfast. I am honored to be here with our Ripon FFA alumni president, Nate Zimdars, who also is the president of our state FFA Alumni Association. I might also add, he's a good friend of mine. So great to have you here, Nate. And I'm just always impressed with your involvement in agriculture. I know from being in school in FFA, and now you really have continued. And tell us, what is your interest in Wisconsin agriculture, and a little bit about your background, and maybe how special it is today to see so many people from the community out here.
Sure. So I do come from an agricultural background. Growing up here in Ripon, my grandparents had a family farm. They milked 60 cows, and now my uncles and cousins are on the farm milking 200 cows 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. Not 300, let's make that clear. But they keep very busy. A lot goes into farm work, and I was just very fortunate to live down the road from my grandparents, so I spent a lot of time on the farm. And growing up, I showed at the county fair. I would show sheep, I would show poultry, woodworking, you name it. Even showed cows a couple years. And I always wanted to maintain that connection to 4-H and FFA because of what it gave me as a kid. And that's why I'm involved now. I know I'm not as removed from FFA as some of the people who are active in our alumni, but I believe it's important that we have a lot of younger involvement within our community and within our organization.
Now, what are some of the things that FFA Alumni Association is active in? So, of course, we have our country breakfast every year. This would have been our 34th. We had to take a break, of course, last year due to COVID. But this is something we've done for many, many years. And as well as, could you talk to, I know that we sponsor a scholarship for students and some of the other things that we do.
Yeah, so all the money that comes from the breakfast today, it all goes to support our students, whether it's scholarships, whether it's funding trips for our FFA members to go to state convention, national convention, go to Washington, D.C. for leadership conferences. The opportunities are endless, and we want to make sure that those funds are available so that the members here in Ripon can do anything that they so desire, to be involved in agriculture and to grow in their leadership abilities.
I think it's inspiring for me to see the support of our agriculture education program, because you see how it really does help prepare people for their future careers, life after high school. I think we'll get a chance to meet our current FFA educator, Natasha Paris, at our local high school. But you were involved in agriculture education, right?
Yes.
And you right now work in the agriculture industry. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. So I was a state FFA officer about 10 years ago now, and it was after having that opportunity that I knew I wanted to stay connected to FFA. I wanted to be involved in agriculture, so that's part of why I decided to run for Wisconsin FFA Alumni President, which I had the opportunity of serving this year. And then also wanting to maintain that connection locally, that's why I'm president of Ripon FFA Alumni. And in my free time, outside of all my commitments in the community, I do work at Saputo Cheese in Alto, where I'm on third shift in a supervisory role.
That's fantastic. And what I think is neat is that, agriculture industry, it's so many different careers. It's more than just, and I would never want to say just farming, but more than farming. There are so many industries and professions that support that. And so, glad to have you here. I better let you get back in line to help support this. But so great to have you here today. Thanks for your service to the community, Nate.
Good to be with you, Jolene.
I'm here with a local Ripon area family who just enjoyed a great breakfast, I'm hearing. And not to put you on the spot, but what did you think? I see you're enjoying some Culver's custard.
It's excellent. Very, very good. Excellent fresh strawberries on it. Yum.
Now, have you been out to the country breakfast in the past? And what brought you out here today?
Yep, we've come out for multiple different Father's Days, and we wanted to come out again this year.
So am I hearing maybe you want to say Happy Father's Day?
Yes, Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Happy Father's Day, and a great idea to annually, every year. This is held on Father's Day Sunday, so an idea to come out every year. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting our local agriculture industry, and hope to see you next year.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jay Page, family here of the family farm here at the Country Breakfast, and you were telling me a little bit about how this takes a lot of people, not only to have today's breakfast, but to run a farm. Tell me more about that.
It's a lot of, there's a lot of support. So you have, we have some great employees, some great help that help us. Some are part-time, some are full-time. From the family members that keep everything look decent, to our suppliers from tires to tools to seed to fertilizers, even power company doing stuff for us or whatever. There's just a full group. Landlords, that rent us their land. The finance people. There was one that was stepped in when you were interviewing us a little bit before. All those people, it all has to come together and all has to work together. And I think there's what makes this go is the ability to get all those people to work together for the good of what's going on here. And when that breaks down, then it doesn't work. So I'm really appreciative of the good people that we have to work with. Lots of nice relationships that have been made and nurtured over the years that make life much easier and make all this stuff happen, because it takes money to do it, and it takes time and talent, and everybody from needing a hydraulic hose made to fixing tires to hauling gravel to everything, and it just takes that whole group synergy, I believe is. That's an old buzzword from 20 years ago, but hey, we'll use it.
Well, you mentioned it well, that the agriculture industry is quite intertwined, and thanks for inviting us out to your farm today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Hi, I am so honored that we have this incredible family here enjoying breakfast, and we're going to wave at the folks on the Ripon channel who are joining us today. And I was also honored to see one of our local business owners of Dear Prudence, a Ripon clothing boutique in downtown Ripon. Ellen Sorensen, so glad to have you here, and sorry to put you on the spot.
We're delighted to be
can you tell me, you've come out to the breakfast, I know, in the past, and why is this something that you come out for? I mean, I see that you brought some little ones here with you and the family. Yes. And would you say agriculture is important, or what does this mean for you?
Agriculture is really important to the Ripon area because it's tens of millions of dollars in the economy. And in particular, as people begin to understand sustainable food sources and the supply chain issues that are going on right now in grocery stores, this is more important than ever. And this is such a beautiful farm, and it has had a great turnout. So we're delighted to be here. Oh, thank you, Fan. We're delighted to be here, and we certainly, as another small business owner, appreciate the multi-million-dollar businesses that these farmers run, and they are so good at it.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here. And now you already ate breakfast? How was it?
Oh, I love it. Always love breakfast on the farm. Love the eggs. Kids have pancakes, cheese curd, sausage. We had it all. Lots of milk.
What do you guys think? Did you like the breakfast?
Yes.
Hey, what do you say we say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who might be watching? Should we say, ready? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We will.
Do this. We're going to add a head.
Hi, I am honored to be with our local agriculture educator, Mrs. Natasha Paris, in our Ripon Area School District. And not only is she an agriculture educator, I also consider you a personal friend. Actually, when I used to be a school counselor at Ripon Area High School, I saw how incredible the work that you did with our local students was, and how agriculture education was just really an important part of so many of our students. So anyways, great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about the agriculture program and about what it all takes to be an agriculture educator in today's world.
Thank you, Jolene. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's great to be here at the breakfast. It's great to have so many people come out and appreciate the agriculture community here in Ripon. I am the agriculture educator at Ripon High School, and what that entails is I teach a wide variety of subjects, everything from soil science to wildlife conservation to animal science, veterinary things, as well as just the basics of growing crops and that kind of stuff. I am also the FFA advisor, and FFA is an agricultural leadership organization for students, and you don't have to be a farmer. FFA doesn't stand for Future Farmers of America anymore. We are all about students who are interested in pursuing leadership opportunities through public speaking, a passion for agriculture if you have it, and also pursuing excellence through areas like knowledge about crops, livestock, wildlife, and food. We're really fortunate in Ripon to have a super supportive community. We have the FFA alumni who put on this great event today, and we have about 35 active members in our FFA program who have done some really amazing things, including this year we were the most successful chapter in the state in our competitions.
Now, thanks for what you all do, really. And I think also when you mentioned some of the different leadership opportunities, there's also competitions that FFA does. I mentioned that I was a member of the Ripon City Council. There's a Robert's Rules, right? So I should come and talk to some of the FFA members about that and do a training perhaps. Also, Natasha, you in your own right, you are a farmer that I think is so neat. You get to bring that experience into the classroom. Could you tell us about your own personal farming experience? And I know that you're also passionate about soil quality. You've talked, for example, I know with the Green Lake Association. As many of you know, Ripon is a part of the Green Lake watershed, which means what we do locally and the important practices that so many of our farmers are doing and caring about helps the health of our whole ecosystem. And so could you talk about your farm personally, and you're also an entrepreneur selling products locally?
Yeah, so I own and operate Park Helm Farm out in Green Lake on Highway 23. I'm a fifth generation owner of land here in this community. And we raise grass-fed beef and pastured pork, which we sell direct to consumer. We offer for door-to-door delivery in the Ripon area actually every Friday. And what that means to us is that we believe in raising animals in a way that's going to help build the soil back to health. The farm we're on right now, the Page Farm, farm, they do a lot of conservation tillage with their practices, which involves taking care of the fields in a way that the water doesn't run off in the spring when the snow melts and when we have rainfall, so that we keep our soil on our land and it doesn't end up in our waterways, because Green Lake is a treasure, and all of our waterways are treasures, but especially our beautiful Big Green Lake. And we really need to keep our soil where it is so that the nutrients for our crops, which we desperately need to grow our food, don't end up in the lake where they cause problems like algal blooms, and they help grow the carp, which we don't want, and that kind of thing. So I have worked with the Green Lake Association. We are hosting our annual Land and Lake Day on August 18th, maybe I'm getting that wrong, on the south side of the lake, which I encourage people to come to. But there's so many great practices that farmers can do, whether it's grazing animals where you don't till up the land at all, or you're using conservation tillage, or using cover crops. So, we're really fortunate to have such a involved agriculture community here who wants to do better for the land and the water.
On behalf of all of us in the local area, thanks for what you do for also, again, raising the next generation and helping youth, explore the so many diverse career fields in agriculture. You're inspiring. And glad you're here. Now tell us, you here also, we have FFA members doing some face painting. Yes. We have Scarlet the cow. Yes. People can pretend to milk. Anything more that you want? Typically we do have activities for all ages here at the FFA Alumni Country Breakfast. So again, thanks so much.
Thank you. It's been really great to have everyone come out today. We've had a great turnout. Kids get to take a picture with animals, get to see some animals, which some kids never really get up close with them. And then have farm-centric activities like having a corn sandbox instead of sand. So thank you guys so much for coming. It's been a really great day. We're grateful for this great weather, and thanks for supporting local agriculture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I am honored to be here with one of the family members of the Page Farms, actually two of the family members. Welcome to the family, I hear. And this is really special. If you notice in the background, we are standing in front of what used to be a hay mow for the farm, where they stored hay for the cattle. But also, I heard that this incredible couple had your reception here recently. So let me tell you who I'm here with. So this is Amanda and Kollin, newlyweds. Yep. And I want to have them just introduce themselves, because Amanda is the middle child of the Page family. And so go ahead and just tell us a little bit about, here we are. Thank you for opening up the community to your farm. And tell us a little bit about your family and the farm, if you could.
Yeah, absolutely. We're happy to have you guys here. My parents bought this place back in the early 2000s. We moved on to it when I was a kid, and ever since then, this is where we've been. We farm probably about 1,500 acres, and we do more for other farmers in the area. In August of 2020, we got married up in the barn, and we just left it decorated. And FFA had asked us to host last year, and weren't quite ready to commit yet, but we're happy to have you guys this year, and it's a great turnout, despite COVID and everything going on. I'm one of three. My older brother, Marley, who's also here today, and Caden. Caden's in high school yet. Marley works on the farm. We have a whole bunch of great help that help make today possible. And yeah.
I'm learning that about, I'm not learning, I know this from my own experience in Wisconsin agriculture, that it really takes a lot of great people to be involved and to have a successful farm. And so I know you've talked a lot about all the help and that your family has had. So it's incredible to hear about. And so, let's see, remind me, you continue to work in agriculture, right? Can you tell me about your career right now?
I do. So I work for the USDA Farm Service Agency.
Now real quick, the USDA, for those who may not know, stands for?
United States Department of Agriculture. There's several different divisions. I work for the Farm Service Agency. For any of the older folks, it used to be the ASCS office. So there's a little more of a mouthful there. But I started in 2017. I worked in Winnebago County. We help implement farm bill programs for assistance to farmers. And then in November, I transferred to the loan division, so I help more with loans for beginning farmers, anybody that's looking to purchase a farm, operating loans, socially disadvantaged, anything like that. So it's a really good way to help get farmers started.
I love that you're on the front lines because, you know, farming is a way of life. It's such an important industry for the state of Wisconsin. And as we know, as the costs continue to rise for all of us, especially for those who want to go into the farming industry, you know, the costs can be astronomical. And so the fact that you are working to help get new farmers loans to make their dreams come true and a new family tradition start, that's incredible. So thanks for what you do.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm so honored to be here with a fellow FFA alumni member as well as a fourth generation family farmer. Dan Hintz, honored to have you here. I know you're helping. We were able to drag you away from the line of serving food, but check out this shirt, by the way. Proud to be a Wisconsin dairy farmer. Happy June Dairy Month. Why don't you just say a little bit about how many head of cattle, or a little bit about yourself, Dan. Happy to have you here.
Yes, thank you. My name is Dan Hintz, fourth generation dairy farmer, and farm with my family in Pickett at Hintz Farm LLC, where we have 300 milking Holstein cows, and have a couple kids also, and they're both very interested in the farm, and hopefully continue on and have the fifth generation take over eventually.
Not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put myself on the spot. Let's see, you mentioned Holsteins. Those are the black and white ones. Do you think we can name, there are 5 main breeds of milking dairy cows, right? Do you think we could name them together? Yep. So we have Holsteins.
And Jerseys.
Jerseys, those are the brown ones, the cute ones with the black nose, right? What else do we got here?
And you're going to have Ayrshires.
Ayrshires. Those more the red coloring, right?
Red, yeah.
Milking Shorthorn. And what else do we, Guernsey, and
yep.
The Guernseys, more the brown and white ones.
Right, the brown and white. And actually, there's actually another sixth one is going to be your brown Swiss, that we failed to mention also.
Oh, the brown Swiss, yes.
Yep. So it's actually made 6 breeds of dairy cattle are the main ones.
And if I remember right, a fun fact about dairy cows is that on average, a dairy cow will produce about 8 gallons of milk a day, and I believe that's over 100 cups of milk. Fresh squeezed daily.
Yes. Yep, I think you're right on that statistic then, yeah.
Dan, so great that we could interview you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for carrying on the agricultural legacy here in Wisconsin.
Yes, thanks for helping promote June Dairy Month, and hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. I am honored to be here with a special guest here in the line at our FFA Country Breakfast. Go ahead, why don't you introduce yourself, and glad you're here this morning.
Sure, I'm Luther Olsen, and this is my wife Joan Wade, and my daughter Bethany Wagner, and my granddaughter Malin Wagner. They're from Sun Prairie.
Hey, welcome! And it goes to show that we get folks that come from all out of the area. And Luther, how do we know your name? Why is your name recognizable here locally?
Well, I just retired as a state senator from this area for 16 years. So I'm enjoying retirement.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And a dairy breakfast.
Well, and I know that because of your service, you know the importance of Wisconsin's agricultural industry. And I know for a long time that you were very involved in helping to support that.
Yes, agriculture is the #1 industry in the state of Wisconsin, and without that, we wouldn't have any food.
Well, I know you're probably getting hungry here to get some food, but thanks so much for being here, Luther, and enjoy your day.
Will do, thank you.
I am honored to be here with some very special guests, hosts of today, part of the host, not everyone, but I have Kay, Brittany, and
Gabby.
Yeah, so happy. Part of the Page family who's here. And I know that, so this is actually your daughter-in-law next to you and granddaughter. And so we're so honored to have people be welcome here to your farm. And so is there anything that you want to say to the folks who maybe are coming out to a farm for the first time, or what it means for you as the mom of really raising kids on the farm?
I don't know what to say. We love it here. We love being in the country, and we're proud of it, and just thankful that people can come out and enjoy it.
Now, you were telling me that you have some special memories of, again, raising a family on a farm, that you all get to kind of work together. It sounded like each of them had a different role.
Oh, absolutely. And it's good to have the kids around in it, and all work together. Yeah.
You're talking too that some years it can be a little bit stressful, or you have to have faith. You were talking to me because you plant the crops, and as you were saying, tell me what that means for you to stay positive, to stay resilient. Sort of what perhaps motherly advice do you have for those that maybe are in the farming industry, or what advice do you have just for in general about staying positive?
Well, you really have to stay positive, because if you don't, that's just how it is. It's a choice, and you have to, think of the positive and just have faith that it's all going to be okay. It's really ultimately out of our hands. You do the best you can, and it's going to be what it's going to be.
Well, thanks for sharing that, because I know that's an important part and to the family farm, and as you continue that.
Yeah.
And so, perhaps do we want to say Happy Father's Day to everyone out there? All right, ready? Should we do on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Happy Father's Day!
Thanks so much for welcoming us to your farm.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, it's been great.
That one.
Mommy, I want to go see the chicken.
You want to see the chickens? She has a unicorn in her face.
He's shivering.
Yeah.
Unicorns are the best. Yes, they are. Everything's unicorn. Yep.
The pigs are singing.
I am here with Marley, the oldest son of the Page family farm. So honored to have you here today. It's a big day.
It's gotten lots bigger today. We were not expecting as many people as would have showed up. So it's been it's pretty impressive, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed. And we are standing in front of some beautiful beef cows. Could you tell us more about them?
Yeah, this is my wife and I's group for the most part. I mean, my dad still sponsors a little bit on the feed side of it, but we started when my wife and I got married here in 2015, I think, 15 or 16. I should probably know that, but we had gotten back in and we were doing some embryos and whatnot, trying to do some fancier side, trying to dig a little deeper into more marketable or profitable margins on the cattle side, and it just it got to be a little more labor intensive with me still doing everything else and trucking and whatnot, and my wife works full time at Ball Implement in Ripon, so we kind of backed down. We went from 60 head 3 years ago down to there's 27 total. There's only 20 down here right now, but my other group and my bull is up at the other farm. Yeah, they're kind of just more of a hobby at this point is what we're trying to get back to. And yeah, we start calving here usually around the 15th of April, and then I'll turn my bull back out with the girls here July 15th or 16th to set that back up for next season. And like you said, they're a beautiful group of animals again this year, and I'm glad that they're that happy and healthy and they're coming right along. So.
They do look beautiful, and I do see some little ones. So for those of us that might be, new to agriculture and the terms, when you say calving, that means when the birth of the calves, right?
Yep. We like I said, we start calving in. Usually, I try to make sure that we start about the 1st of April and then be wrapped up around the middle of May. That way, it's not the calves and the planting. Everything goes hand in hand, so that somebody's usually floating around to make sure if there's any cows that have any problems or whatnot, that somebody's there to make sure that they don't have any issues. And it's been pretty good. We had one set of, for this year we've had 3 sets of twins. That one there's a twin. I don't know where his brother is. She's up on the yard, I think. But we've had 3 sets of twins. We actually had a set of triplets this season, which is kind of cool. My dad's had in 50 years of doing that between the dairy cows and the beef cows. We've only had, he said, 3 sets, so that's something that most people don't get to do. And yeah, it's pretty neat. That's one of the oddball things that I thought was pretty cool for the season. So.
That is pretty neat. Oh, thanks so much for showing us around. Now, you also mentioned trucking. Can you tell us a little bit more about that for those that may not realize?
There's 5 of us on the road every day. Sean Woolert, Todd Parks, Luke Sina, Dan Wolf, me, and then we have a couple other guys that come in and swing in and out and help us during veggie season. We haul green beans, lima beans, peas, sweet corn, that kind of stuff when we need to. Try to avoid the peas, because if you don't want to eat them, why do you want to haul them, kind of thing. So
you don't like peas, is that what I'm hearing?
You you get burnt out hauling peas. It's a little different animal, but we do a lot of sweet corn, and that's where we get our part-time guys swinging in and out, and that's pretty neat. Yeah, there's 5 or 6 trucks that are on the road every day, and we try to stay local and keep everybody moving. And we're a fairly tight group. It's not a lot of, everybody works very well together, and that's, in everything, that's more important nowadays more than ever. So,
isn't it? And I think that's what's so credible about the agriculture industry, and that you have to work together. You rely on each other to be successful, and what a good model for society, perhaps, and for families as we, bring up the new generation here on the farm. Now, do you know what company? So if I wanted to, if I'm cooking up a dinner and have some vegetables, I might be eating some of your vegetables.
The brand I believe that brand is Bird's Eye. Then you have your Seneca brands, which would be like Chiquita. That's not Chiquita anymore. Green Giant, that kind of stuff. It's pretty much anything local. If you're at one of the local canning factories, whether it's canning, freezing, whatever, it's still small scale and local groups moving the stuff around the state. So if you're running anywhere from here to up to Plainfield, up to Plover, you're passing everybody that's doing it yet still local guys from Cambria, Randolph, Marquezan, over here. It's still a pretty close and small group when you get back to that. So.
Well, it's incredible, and thanks for allowing us to continue to eat healthy.
It's something you try to do. I mean, it'd always be better if I did a little more, obviously, but hey, you do what you can. So.
Honored to talk with you. Thanks so much for welcoming the public to your farm today.
No problem. It's glad to have everybody out. Hope everybody has a good rest of the day, and good luck, and have a good rest of the season.
Sounds real good. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
What a day we've had. Thanks so much for joining me as we toured the Page family farm today at the FFA Alumni Country Breakfast. This is an annual event, and we've learned a lot about the importance of the agriculture industry to our local economy as well as to the state of Wisconsin. In fact, just a couple quick fun facts. Wisconsin is the #1 producer of cheese. In fact, double more than any other state in the country. We have over 600 styles, types, and variety of cheese. It's just one example of how important the industry is. And in 2020, according to the Department of Agricultural Trade and Consumer Protection Agency, Wisconsin exported more than $3.37 billion worth of agricultural products. As you can see, there's families here, all different ages. The agriculture industry is diverse, and it is numerous. And so thanks for joining us today. A special thank you to the Ripon channel for being out here, allowing everyone to be able to see this if you weren't able to come out in person. But I do hope that you join us in future years. And this is Jolene Schatzinger, member of the Ripon FFA, member of the Ripon City Council, and community member. So honored and humbled that you could join me today. Thank you. And one last time, happy June Dairy Month and happy Father's Day.